And also we have our last and usually the least favorite passage type in the science section, which is the conflicting viewpoint. We have this in the reading as well. That's typically saved till the end, but that is so the conflicting viewpoint are multiple perspectives. That's another way people kind of categorize this type of passage type is the one where you see scientist one, scientist two, scientist three, or student one, student two, student three, or you'll see something along lines of that where you'll have multiple viewpoints. If you have only two viewpoints, so it can be contrary, like it could be difference in terms of how an experiment was conducted. It could be a difference in terms of what the hypothesis was for a potential theory. It could also just be a couple different ways of conducting an experiment. The trick here is this passage type is actually very easy if you have more than two perspectives. The reason why is the blurbs are shorter, so there's less text to go through. So, and you'll have generally around 2 to 3 that are just focused on one or the other, and then another couple based on the contrast. So you can get about like 90% of the questions very quickly, and you don't have to read as much because it becomes very blatant what the differences are, which is less so when there's two perspectives because there's typically more nuance. So it's a little bit harder to pick up on. Okay, so it looks like there is a question. Outside knowledge first. So you don't need any outside knowledge for the science section. Any term definition or anything that will be useful in terms of the passage itself, they will provide you that information as a blurb or a gist. But then again, like a general idea of a potential like theory or an experiment might help, but that is not necessarily what the science section is testing you on.